So how can we encourage men to be more open about their emotions and needs? I think your nephew is the perfect example. Before drop kicking somebody in their chest, how can we encourage the people to be open about their needs and emotions?
Well, first it needs to be communicated that emotions are okay.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Ding, 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 ding. It is okay to have emotions.
This whole trope of men aren't allowed to cry and all this kind of stuff. Like, I understand where that comes from, because men are supposed to be men, women are supposed to be women, you know, so they don't have, like, it's this dividing line, like, that's what a woman is the one who cries is the woman. There's like zero nuance there. Like, if I'm a grown man and then someone who I loved has now passed away, yes, I'm shedding a few tears. Yes. Right? And then am I going to shed those tears in front of somebody, or am I going to do it in privacy? You know, so this whole, you can't, if you're going to do it, you can't do it in front of people. So it bred into us that emotions are not something that we should be expressing at all.
At all.
Right? So being okay with it. You need to be, it is okay that you feel whatever you're feeling.
Yes.
You know, and that's the first thing that needs to be communicated, and that being able to trust that.
Yes.
And then being able to trust that. Like, this person right here is telling me it's okay that I express whatever I'm feeling.
Oh my goodness, but where are you going to get that first notion that it is okay, and who is going to tell you that? And it starts, like I said, that safe space growing up, when you're first learning about yourself as a person. And it's interesting, we're starting here because I heard this word for the first time a couple months ago, Alexithymia. And a gentleman was talking about male psychology, and I'm like, what is that? And so getting into this topic, I went back to look at it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, here we are. So men often live in emotional isolation. And I'll just read this. Narratives from a patriarchal system perpetuate a script that directs men away from knowing, feeling, and expressing their emotions. Under this rigid framework, normalized male alexithymia is the rule. And to emote is considered unmasculine and puts men in a crisis of identity and the fear of exclusion from other, it says from other men, but I would just say from people, because I think in relationships with females as well.
Oh, yeah. There's something I can say to that. There was a TED Talk clip that I saw where a woman was talking about how she counsels women and everything like that. She had a book signing or something to that effect, and a man came up to her and asked her why she doesn't talk about men. And she said, well, I don't study men. He said, well, that's convenient. And she went, oh.
That's funny.
And she said, she was like, what I came to find out was... what he said to me was, the toughest people in my life are my wife and my daughter. They'd rather me die on my white horse than for me to fall off of it.
Okay. Wow. Whoa. That's deep.
He's like, the people who are the toughest on me in my life are them.
Whoa. That's intense, man.
So it's not just, men holding it up. It's women too. So we're expected on both sides, on both fronts, to not let any weakness show. And emotions are equated with weakness, 100%.
Okay. And this is kind of what the psychologist, the brother, was saying with the alexithymia. It's a psychological construct that describes difficulty identifying, expressing, and regulating emotions. Individuals with alexithymia may have trouble understanding their own feelings, recognizing emotional cues in others, and communicating their emotional experiences effectively. And the thing that he said is what happened to push the men into this state of being. Because for many years he was told he could not cry. It's not manly. to show emotion, stay on that white horse, and all the build up to this space of now having this quote unquote disorder, so to speak, or just this callousness in our hearts, or in the man's heart, of not being able to show the emotions because it's quote unquote unmasculine.
Right.
Oh, it's so sad. That is so sad.
Right. Well, just now while we were talking about that, the verse of Jesus wept. It's like when I grew up, I was like the shortest verse in the Bible is 2 words. Right. Jesus wept. You know, and then the talking about when he was out by himself praying about going on the cross, and he wept, and
he's having these emotions
until blood squirted from his forehead and all this, you know, going on in the verses and everything. So intense emotions. Yeah,
and I will say in the first one when Jesus wept, he's upset.
He's very
because they're dull and they're not recognizing. So I think we don't allow a place for frustration.
Right.
Like, being angry is bad. Being frustrated is not constructive.
Right.
However, it is an emotion, and there is a place for it as long as it's not being destructive and tearing people down. Frustration, the end of that has seen much productivity. You can get frustrated with a lot of stuff and clean up the house. You can get frustrated and go buy you a new car and get your situation. You can get frustrated with your living situation and upgrade.
Right.
Get frustrated at work and get a new job, get a promotion, change your situation. So there can be a positive outcome from frustration.
Right.
And he's weeping because the people just ain't getting it. So, he's upset.
Right.
Not, oh my God, I can't believe this. And, just falling on down. No. He's pissed.
Right. And I think there's like a lack of ability to understand that you can feel that and then develop an intention to correct.
For a constructive outcome.
Right. But the emotion is the thing that's communicating to you that something is off. But we don't understand emotion in that context.
Yeah.
Emotion is communicating to us that something is off. In the military, they teach something that needs to have some nuance to it. Is pain just lets you know that you're not dead.
Oh man!
Right.
Still it? All right.
Cool. I'm not dead, but now what do I do? I don't. My right leg is gone, or whatever. But pain communicates to you, at least, there's this problem here. Now I need to find a solution for it, right? So what is the cause of this and everything like that, and then you can develop an intention from there. And I think that the apprehension to feel one of the problems of people's apprehension to be okay with feeling their emotions is they don't, because I think that's what it is. They haven't developed that ability or the recognition that they can, and that's their opportunity to figure out what the problem is and then go solve it.